Here we're going to go through the Pentagon Compliance Roadmap. Many of those that tune into these sessions are from the contracting community. So it makes sense to step back and take a look at the way in which the Pentagon is requiring you within your contract obligations if you're manufacturing end items or you're managing property. It starts with number 1 in the upper left corner, where every contract with an end item must mark assets to MIL Standard 130 or IUID, as defined by the DFARS 252.211-7003. Also, every contract shipping end items must mark shipments with a military shipment labeled a MIL Standard 129, possibly with RFID, but not always. That would also be called out in the -7006 clause. But what's important to note is that contractors must create UIIs, associate contract and CLIN data, associate to asset pedigree, maintain parent-child relationships, and electronically report to IRAPT in the IUID registry while maintaining an audit trail for DCMA. This includes the creation and printing of military shipping labels with potentially RFID encoded tags. We call these the must-dos of DoD compliance. Number 2 here relates on the prime contractors must flow down the IUID marking requirement to its subcontractors. And therefore, the prime contractors must receive some subcontractor assets with IUID markings associated to both the contract and CLIN, associating asset pedigree, maintaining parent-child relationships, and electronically reporting to IRAPT and IUID registry at the CLIN level, again maintaining that audit trail for DCMA. Number 3 for must-dos, every contract with an end item deliverable must submit to IRAPT in the IUID registry for reporting. So the Pentagon now mandates that all invoices and shipments must be submitted using the DoD's e-commerce systems, as such the IRAPT and IUID registry. Contractors must know how and where to submit depending on the type of reporting that's happening, whether it's an acquisition or government property. This also includes electronically submitting advanced ship notices and creating shipment documents such as the DD-250s. Now that's for the top contractor end items, and we'll go down now to contractors on the property ends. So number 4 states that every contract within government property, including the FAR 52.245-1, dictates that the contractors must have a system of internal controls to manage government property and possession. Many of you already know that. Contractors must maintain and provide a property management system that provides IUID and asset management, tracking, and inventory control of both serialized and non-serialized, and reporting of numerous life cycle events to IRAPT and the IUID registry. By the way, that greater than $5,000 threshold for all qualifying assets have been eliminated. All GFP must be reported. Which takes us to number 5, that contractors must submit contract unique asset and pedigree data with transactional lifecycle events to IRAPT and the IUID registry as defined by the -7007 DFARS clause that you see stated. The IUID registry has become, in fact, that master data source for all government property. IRAPT is the gateway to data flowing through to the IUID registry. And the reporting of government property includes, as I said before, both serialized and non-serialized asset. This includes custody changes, submitting advanced ship notices, and creating shipping documents such as DD-1149s. And that takes us to number 6 on the list here, which is that contractors must meet all of the contract obligations to get paid. DCMA monitors the contract performance and management systems to ensure that cost, product performance, and delivery schedules are in compliance with the terms and conditions of these contracts. So DCMA has the authority to issue PQDRs with corrective action, shut down production lines, reject shipments, and deny payments of invoices if compliance to contract terms is not met. I wanted to take you through that Pentagon compliance roadmap because putting it in the context of these two levels of contractor obligations really helps to emphasize the dependencies on asset identification and how that flows up and down the chain of supply, but also the e-commerce reporting obligations that dovetail into this obligation, the obligation which DCMA is getting smarter by the day in which to audit against.